Alright. Let's go on there. Fabulous. And then scenes. Lovely. Welcome one, welcome all. Finally, I'm back after like 3 days hiatus. Yeah, so, as you may be aware, yeah, just took like a brief holiday, went up to visit some family, but I'm back. And I don't normally stream on a Monday, but today is a public holiday here in New Zealand, so I thought, well, why not? I only got back yesterday, and I couldn't stream yesterday because we've got some other exciting stuff going on. But also a mukbang as well. Got my cereal, got some Rice Krispies. So, but back into it. Day 6. Let's go. Crack right into it. So I'm gonna stream for probably about 2.5 to 3 hours probably. Most likely. Just to see if we can like smash some more stuff out. But I suppose we'll just get straight into it. So I believe we're at 10,900. Let's see if we can get down to 10,800 by the end of today. Fingers crossed we can. Hopefully we can. I'm just gonna drop that sound just a little teeny bit. Oh, okay, I should be alright. Hopefully I'm alright. Not today, sir. Not today. But also, oh yeah, so so I went up to go see family, and what did we do? It was a very chillax weekend. What do we do? But we went to go see the new Top Gun movie. Went to go see the new Top Gun movie with my dad and my sister. It was actually so good. I went in not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did, but would actually highly recommend. Because the thing that my oh my god. I had a Rice Krispie stuck at the roof of my mouth, but it was also tickling my mouth as well. Anyway, yeah, but the good thing about the Top Gun movie was, and it's the thing like every reviewer and everyone who wants people to watch the movie will talk about is like the fact that it's all, you know, like no CGI, even as like the tiniest hint of CGI. Obviously for the things that would physically be impossible to do, but for the most part. It's all actual fighter jets, and the actors and everything are actually in the cockpit with the well, obviously they're not flying it themselves, but you know they've got actual pilots doing it. But they're in the jets with them, so like when they're like zipping and doing like all those like really tight turns, like it's there, you know, they're getting flung around the cockpit as well. So it feels real, and it feels like that's actually what it would be like, because that is actually what it is like. And no, it was very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it's the first It's the first film I've seen in a long time that actually, like, I've been trying to describe it to people, but like, it's the first film in a long time where, like, even though bad things happen or like, you know, all that sort of thing, it never gets like depressing to the point where it's just like, oh god, like, let's all mope for the next half hour because all this depressing stuff's happened. You know, and then they just mope around and it just feels dreary and depressing and all that sort of stuff. Like, even though like some bad stuff happened and what have you, you know, as a film would need to. Like, it just always feels hopeful and happy and like, it feels, you can tell that the actors are enjoying themselves and it doesn't ever feel like, yeah, it's just like, you can tell everyone's had a good time making that film and it really, really comes across on the screen. Like, you just feel good about, like, you know, like everything's just gonna turn out alright, and even if it doesn't, at least it's like, I don't know, it's like a happy thing that things don't turn out right. It's weird, like, it's, yeah, and it's been a long time in a film that I felt good. Like, you come out of the cinema at the end of the day and you don't feel like you've been preached to about something, or our world's going to crap. So we might as well just feel crap ourselves because, you know, this is just the world we live in. Life is pain, you know. And it's like, it's just like, oh wait, no, like life can actually be good sometimes. It was great. I loved it. I am. So it's a public holiday at the moment. So I thought I might as well. Haven't been streaming for a few days, so. Why not? Let's just do it. It's currently 1:08 in the afternoon. So I don't know what that translates. Because it's usually like 7 hours. So it'll be like 7 or 8. 7? No. 8 in the evening for you, I think. Could get my maths completely wrong. But yes, I am. Let's do that one and we'll go. Do it like that one. Oh, and update. So since the last time, so the house stuff has all it's all changed with quickness. So the so we had an offer on a house like 2-3 weeks ago. So we went into the owner, we had the offer on the house, and then basically, you know, the people and the agents were like, oh, you know, still too low. So we've changed our offer, and then last we heard was that they were just going to like keep our offer on the back burner until you know, until something happens, something changes. So everything did change. That the agent let us know that the seller had asked if our offer was still there. So that tells me that like they're being tired of waiting. Well, no, just wait. So the seller and the agent met up literally last Thursday for us would have been like early Thursday morning or late Wednesday night for you guys. And then on Friday morning, the agent said, I'm going to do one final presenting of offers to the seller, and he's going to make his decision. Turned out that we were literally the only offer that they've ever received for the thing, so they probably just went like, oh, screw it, we'll just go with it. So then, Friday night, got the call, offer's been accepted, so we're just like, yes! But then, so, we've like technically we've got it, but we haven't got it yet. So now that it's been accepted, so we've now got about like 2 weeks to like get all the bank to give us the money and get a builder's report done and get all the council papers and just get all that stuff done. But in 2 weeks time, if all that turns out well, then we've got a house. So we're so excited, but like now we're just so nervous because all we need is just the bank to turn around. Oh my god. Nice emote. Or cheer emote. Yes. What's this one? I think it's that one. Oh, I'll do the armor one actually. Yeah, so in a couple of weeks we'll know if we've like fully got the house. And then if all goes well, then 20th of July will be fun. Will be or 20th of July or earlier will be like the settlement date that we get the keys, and then that weekend, I think that'll be like a Wednesday or something. So then on that weekend we'll be like moving all our stuff out, and then so probably that weekend I probably won't do. Depending, I probably will do like maybe like a baby stream or something. Depends on what state the computer is. But then like the following weeks it will be new scenery, new settings, and because we finally got a house that we can actually like put pictures up, like the things that you can't do at a rental is unbelievable. Or like you can do it, but like you have to ask the landlord literally like, oh, can we just like put a pin in the wall because we want to hang up a poster? Like, you can't even do that. It's just like, ugh. Anyway, so that means I can have some my fancy office / stream room, and then we have like posters everywhere because we've got heaps of posters, but we just can't put them up anywhere. We've got like a nice like New Zealand, but it's like all the but rather than just all the cities, it's all of the locations that certain parts of the Lord of the Rings films were filmed at. So it's got all that. We've got like heaps of like Thor posters, Mandalorian posters, and just posters galore. And then yeah, they're gonna have my nice setup deed, and oh, I'm so excited. So excited. But another thing too that we're a bit like on is the agent yesterday. So the agent came over yesterday just to like fully sign off the agreement papers and everything. And then he's all like, and then he was saying, you know, he had heard from another agent that someone else was going to put an offer in on this house, and he was like secretly hoping that they wouldn't because he wanted it to go to us. And I'm just like, all we know that you want is just for you want the seller to get the best possible price for the house, so you get a fat commission on top of that, which is like $1 bajillion. So like, and our little piddly offer that neither of you liked and was like, can you go up higher? Can you go up higher, please? You know, it's like, did you really want it to go to us? Like, are you just saying that to make us like feel good about ourselves? No, he's probably like left straight away. He's like, stupid people just like offering such rubbish kind of stupid thingy. He's probably like that, to be honest. Oh goodness. Obito. Oh god, here we go. There we are. So I think it's this one. And Obito masked. Yeah. But yeah, so now, the last thing we need, and knowing our luck, what's going to happen is we'll go to the bank, be like, yo, give us some money, we can afford it, and the bank will be like, But nah, imagine if interest rates went up to 10%, then you couldn't do it, so we're not going to give you the money. And it'll just be some BS reason like that why they won't give it to us. That would literally be the only thing stopping us from getting the house, so fingers crossed. But I'll know in 2 weeks. 2 weeks time what the haps is. Or hopefully sooner, but yeah. In the Saturday streams, Saturday night, Friday night streams in a couple of weeks' time, I'll have the update on that. And then the other thing that we're so excited about is that we can then finally spend money on things like when you can't well, like we actually we can buy stuff, like we can buy food, like we need food to survive, that sort of thing. But like when you can't buy, I'm streaming, so like maybe like I need like one of those fancy chairs that everyone seems to have. Like, I want to buy that. Well, I can't, because even though I've got literally all the money there, I can't, because the bank's like, don't be buying no chairs, like, or else we're gonna say no to your mortgage application. You know, I can't buy a chair, I can't buy like any fancy stuff. But then once we've got the house, then we can finally buy stuff, and then I can have like a fancy chair, I can have fancy like microphone set up, I can actually buy games like when like Starfield and God of War and like Elder Scrolls 6 in 20 years time when that comes out, like when all those games come out, I can actually like buy them. Like what? Seems so crazy, but unless you've like been in the position where you're just stressed on buying things, just the feeling of like, I think that I'm gonna buy that. Like that is indescribable feeling. Indescribable. Right, next one. Kiba and Young Temari. Yeah, and then, because then the other thing too that we'll have to be like careful of is technically the house that we're going for is about like 10 minutes up the motorway from the city that we're currently in. So petrol costs are going to be a little bit more expensive, and we're just hoping upon hope that we haven't like been ourselves in the arse a little bit by the petrol costs end up screwing us over. Don't think they will, but yeah, so or maybe we just bite the bullet and we get like a electric vehicle, a hybrid vehicle, something, whatever the thing is, or even God forbid a bike. Just get like a bike or an e-scooter or something. Because I was thinking, another thing I was thinking of is when I've got the new setup and stuff, I should have like different. Because I want to do like, I'm thinking I might, because what I might end up doing is changing up what I'm doing on certain nights. ish a little bit. So like Thursday, Sunday streams will still be the Naruto one until Naruto's done, in which case probably by the time I'm finished this actually, Ultimate Ninja Storm 5, which apparently is a thing, that might have come out by that point, in which case I can do it all over again with that. Yeah, so they'll still be Naruto, and then when Naruto's finished, and assuming Ultimate Ninja Storm 5 isn't a thing, it'll be, I'll think of something to do. But then in the meantime, Friday nights are gonna be, Friday nights are gonna be, what's it? Like whichever new game or whichever game I'm playing, I happen to be playing at the moment. So like similar to like with like Ori and that, and even like the Assassin's Creed stream did last week, or the week before. Just doing something like that. So that'll be Friday night. So and then Saturday night will be hashtag co-op night. So that will be I'm thinking of me and the boy playing, and we're going to start off with Borderlands 3 because we've gotten halfway through it, but we actually haven't finished it, and that was on the PS4, so we might play it on the PS5, just start it again, and then I think after that, when we can actually like buy games, they were thinking of getting the Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and then we'll just do that, and then probably just do like play some sort of co-op game on Saturday nights, and then on the nights where either like he's out doing something, or we run out of co-op games to play, it'll probably be like whatever. Oh, hello. You good? Yeah. True, actually, now I'm thinking about that. What? Don't want to put. What? Oh. Was it in the letterbox? Could actually. I'm thinking about it. So I know that, Because the other thing too is that because he's never played any Naruto games before, so it'd actually be pretty. And then again, I've never played it before too. That actually sounds pretty decent. That sounds very decent. You may have convinced me. Yeah, because technically I've never played it either, so it'll be like it'd be an experience for both of us. And then I can, because then can you, if you're playing it co-op, or like if we played like co-op local, would we get like paired up with, like another, either like a couple of randoms or like another person? Because how many people is it? Is it in teams or is it like free for all? Unlike Fortnite. So I'm pretty sure that there's the modes where you can do it a team of 4, yeah. Oh, if you want cereal bowl. Yeah, it's that one there. Oh, 3, 4, 6, yeah. So we'll probably, to be honest, knowing him, we'll probably end up doing that. I've already done the, that's not cross-platform. So we'd probably, if we did, we'd probably play it on the PS5. Yeah, on the PS5. Yeah, because I think the PS5 is the only one that we've got 2 controllers for. Huh? Naruto Shinobi Striker. Yeah, it's like a you can do like a free-for-all mode, so it's kind of like Fortnite. Well, not really Fortnite, but like you've got like all 6 of you all trying to be last man standing, or you can do like teams of 4 and you can like do like capture the flag or try and beat the other team kind of objectives. Kari and Tsunade. Battle of the chicks who just got the slowest bloody melee combos, I swear to God. Thank you for that flipping into that. Oh, first person to 700 points in the free-for-all wins. We could play that on co-op now. And who's that just playing this card? There we are. So we would probably start with the AI. Kind of like it's like my experience with League of Legends. I would play versus AI for like 90% of it, and then when I feel semi-confident playing against other people, I play against other people, and then realize why I'm good at playing against bots. But still, I'd give it a go. Also, very similar to my experiences with games like Tekken and Street Fighter. Play 90% of it against bots, and then when I try and play with other people, realize why I'm good at playing against bots. Oh yeah. So do you get levels by do you get levels by the kind of just like as you accumulate points over all your matches? Do you get and then you just go up levels and stuff, or is it like after a match you'll get a like a points bonus or something? You right? Oh, look for that log. Oh, you can take the Xbox if you want. No, it's okay. Oh no, I've pressed the wrong button. What's the next one? Kankuro versus Hinata. Oh, we've got to get dining room table. Do we get one for like just that's big enough for us, or do we get one if we had like 8 people? Kankuro, how was it again? Hinata. Ah, so after a match you get XP. It's almost like a almost like an indicator of how many fights you've done essentially. Okay, what I'm actually gonna do? Ah, right. So yeah, so like similar to League in that sense. Substitution, guard break, counter attack, shuriken, double jump, ninja move, ninja dash, rebound. So literally, 9:30. So it's 1:30. So we're 8. So it'll be 8 hours. Well, like if I think like 8 hours forward, but the previous day. So like, or just 16 hours. 16? Yeah, 16 hours behind. Sometimes at work, we'll have meetings with clients. Like some of our clients are like in Australia, some are in Singapore. There's even been a couple of people that have had meetings with people in the UK and everything. So for us, like sometimes we'll have to have meetings at like 9 o'clock at night because it's like the only time that the other people can have meetings. Decided for puppet users, it doesn't matter how often I use ultimates. Like if I can use ultimates just to finish them off, then that's what I'm gonna do. Because it's gonna be like the only way I'm gonna win with them. Oh, that's what I need to do too for next time. Look on YouTube on how to do it, how other people do it, and then present my findings on Thursday. Okay. Oh, yeah, Hinata. Versus Kokoro. I'm not sure if you watch if you've been watching any like PlayStation like State of Play or any of those ones, but when did the State of Play come out? Like Friday or something? Last week? Yeah. Yeah, but the hella excited for like Final Fantasy 16. It's next year, in like June next year. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Because I had to double check when they said summer 2023. Did they mean like, I'm like, which summer? Oh my goodness. But then and then I was watching it with my dad. My dad watching. He's like, oh my goodness, like what is this? And I'm just like, it's Final Fantasy 16. It looks so good. Oh my god. It's gonna be my life. It's gonna be my life. It is my life. It's fantastic. It's made because the team behind it are the same team behind Final Fantasy 14, and that is like god tier storytelling, god tier soundtrack, god tier everything. So this game is gonna be god tier. Oh, was he dead? Sorry. Apologies. Chio Third Raikage. It's Chio down here. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. Is that? Okay, all my things. so good, so far so good. $1 million? You mean in the game $1 million, or like in real life $1 million? Oh yeah. You just, there you go, fabulous. I don't care if that's just the dumbest way to do it, just spamming shuriken, but if it does it, that's all I care about. If it does the job. Third Raikage. This should be a quick. Nice try. No. この地獄抜き手に貫けるものなし最強の誇なり next couple of fights, which is Shino and Jiraiya. Update the number remaining as well. わしの想像 So when that's actually, I was thinking, I might do the Ninja Gaiden one after I finish Danganronpa. I might start the Ninja Gaiden ones. I reckon. Yeah. Yeah, because so Ninja Gaiden Sigma, which I think is a remake of the second. Like from Wikipedia, it says it's like the second remake of the first game. That one, Sigma 2, and then number 3 have just appeared on Game Pass. So I might play those. I might start those. Maybe even this Friday. I might start those. Because I've never actually played any Ninja Gaiden. It would have come out around the time where I was either A, too young, or B, what I've been playing around. What year did those come out? Like, 2005. Yeah. So I was probably playing, what was I playing? Dragon Quest 8, probably, if you go into like 2006, then it would have just been Xbox 360, where we would have just gotten that, so it would have been like Fable and Oblivion, been playing those games. Come on. Oh, beats. There we go, lovely. Yeah, so this week I might start this coming week I might start the Ninja Gaidens. see how that goes. If it's anything like the Devil May Cry's, I'm gonna fail spectacularly. But at least if I'm having fun, that's the main thing. When they're at the other thing too, which is going to be interesting, is that Mum and Dad are saying that now that we may potentially be having a house, we're now being added to the potential location to have Christmas, family Christmas list, which will mean at some point in time, or multiple points in time, we're going to have to host Christmas at our place. Absolutely crap myself. Because every time anyone else hosts Christmas, they spend like 3 days before like prepping like 50 dishes and all like your potato salads and all your yinness. And I'm like, well, if it was up to me, what they'd be having is they'd be having a delicious. What would they have if we had to prep everything? They'd be having a lovely barbecue, which, yeah, there'd be a whole bowl of mashed potato. They'd have ice cream on tap. They would have, like, I would almost just want to serve dessert, to be honest. Like, just skip the mains and everything. We're just going straight to dessert because everyone knows that's why everyone's truly there. And then but then we've got to like prep all that food, and then it's going to cost like $500 to like get all the food for everyone, and then we've got to like entertain them. Like, how do we entertain them? Like, I can't even remember how people entertain how other people entertain people on Christmas. So I'm like, oh hey guys, do you want to just have like a big LAN party or something? And then when all the kids come down, I'll be like, don't touch that, don't touch that, don't touch that, that's fragile, don't touch that. We have to like kid-proof the house. Yeah, all our stuff is either expensive or fragile or both. Or has sharp corners that a kid's gonna run into. Oh no, rematch. I need to stop mashing. Yes, please, thank you. And who was I just facing? Saskia. Alright. I've been doing this at this place for heaps of time. Get it off like literally. Come on. Run in. I'm kind of like relying on the AI because the AI loves dashing in. So, dash in. No. There we go. Fabulous.
野望がある。だからこそ俺は戦う。取ったぜ。勝負あり。
Lovely. Okay, right, next one is fourth Kazekage and Ino. No, Ino, young Ino. Lovely. Yeah, so basically, long story, like the moral of the story of the PlayStation State Play and the Xbox Showcase isn't for like another like 6 days or something. I think. Can't remember if it was the 6th of June or the 12th of June. The moral of the story is that all these games that we've been waiting for to come out, like God of War, Final Fantasy 16, and all these other ones, Starfield, and all these other ones, they will come out. We'll be actually can spend the money to buy them. Fantastic. I wonder if Bandai Namco purposely made his cloud look like, or like his gold dust cloud look like the one from Dragon Ball Z. Or Dragon Ball series, should I say. Right, my official. Oh, that's the next bit. I need to find out if Nintendo's doing a Nintendo Direct anytime soon. Because I need to know when Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out. That's going to be my life as soon as it comes out. But then hopefully it doesn't come out. I need. So God of War is probably going to come out end of September this year. So that's fine. So that gives enough time to play and finish God of War. And then Starfield's been moved to next year, like February or March I think February next year. So then we'll be shipped over to next year. So then that's Starfield in February, and it'll need definitely more than a month to get through that. So then that leaves, let's just say February, April will be enough time for that. What's it? Final Fantasy 16 will come out in June. So that's a good buffer. So what I need is for Breath of the Wild 2 to not come out. Breath of the Wild's safe to come out in April next year, because then that gives me, I'll be at the tail end of Starfield. Yeah, no, Breath of the Wild either needs to be a surprise release at the end of October or even November this year, which then gives more than enough time, ample time over the Christmas period to do Breath of the Wild 2. And then Starfield shortly after, or it should come out at the end of toward maybe mid-April or something. So then that gives enough time, end of April, May, it'll probably be mid-June, maybe end of June, that the Final Fantasy 16 come out. Then again, they did say summer, so that could even be August. Anywhere between now and August. Yeah. Then I'll need probably about a month after that's released to get through that. Got a lot of games to play. Just need them all to just come out just at the right slots, so I'm not having to wait. So what other games are coming out? It'll be Avowed. I wonder if at the Xbox Showcase we'll get a release date for Avowed. Yeah. And then what else? Oh, if Crimson Desert ever gets a actually, I don't want that demon charging. Essentially, so I've got like a big like spreadsheet that I use to track all my games that I've got ready to go on go, and my backlog as well. So I've currently got about 23 games to get through at the moment that are on my backlog. So either ones that I've got in progress, or ones that I've like got but I just need to start. So I'm kind of using this lull period of like between before all the big game releases. I'm trying to use this lull period just to get through like as many as possible. So when it comes to when it comes to Gold being released and all those games suddenly now being released, at least I've gotten enough of my backlog out of the way that suddenly these games aren't now just keep being pushed back. Yeah. Right, next is Chio again and Young Sakura. Yeah, because the danger of liking, or the bad thing, should I say, or the frustrating thing, not necessarily bad, just frustrating thing about liking RPG games and games that generally take like a good 40 plus hours to beat. Or games like Baldur's Gate 2 where it's like upwards of like 80 hours. The frustrating thing about that is when you've got so many on the go, trying to get through your backlog takes a long time. So I've got games like Baldur's Gate 2, I've got to do, what else? I've got Shippuden 3, I've got a few Final Fantasies, so like Final Fantasy 6, 4, and I'm halfway through, most of the way through 20 and 6 actually. So it's just mainly just Final Fantasy 4 will be the last big one. Oh, and then also Final Fantasy 4 the after years, because I'm try and get that as well. So that's like just those games alone. From what I can tell, that's like a good like 200 hours, and that's just only like 4 or 5 games. So then as well, so that's like those, and then I've got a whole bunch of like games that technically like you can finish, but it, like the more like casual Stardew Valley-esque kind of games where like yes there is a story and yes you can complete the story, but it's gonna like it's hard to guesstimate how long it's gonna take. Oh my goodness. Why are you jumping around so much? There we go, thank you. Lovely. Right, I'm going to try and do that again. No. don't want to. No, I don't want a rematch. Rematch. Just want to cheer to go. No, I won't say it. Oh, you're making a cup of tea. Goodness. Ah! Stop! Thank you. Lovely.
純愛街道一直線愛は勝つ
勝負あり
Any sound in the background will be the kettle. Sasuke, Tucker, and Sugetsu. Ooh, is this a law fight? Technically, depending on how you look at it, it is. Or it could be, should I say. Where do they meet? They just meet in a field somewhere, don't they? Like a random field. Do we got a random field? We should have a random field. There should be that. Not there. Oh no, they. No, wait, do they? Oh, forest requirement. That's the one I'm looking for. So I suppose we could do that. They meet in the daytime, don't they? Not necessarily. This will do. This is the closest one. Although technically he makes the Tucker after he's assembled, after his Avengers is assembled. Thank you. Lovely. Really need to get my substitution. I'm sure in the old ones the amateurs would follow them around for way longer than that. Come on. There we are, thank you.
俺の怒りを憎しみを知るがいい。終わりだ。
Right. So what are we? Almost at an hour and we've done actually done quite a lot for an hour. Done like 30, almost 30 matches. 30 matches after this one. Ugh. 'Now come running right up and boom. Oh no. Nice try. And come dash right up into me. Bang.
たまには僕だっていい思いさせてもらわなくっちゃねえ。いや。
Okay, next Neji. This is Shino. Yeah, not young Shino, just Shino. Click, click. I'm thinking what I also might do. Because there's a way I can get like old PS2 games. Because one thing as well that because I can't remember when they said it's going to be like released, but I know that they were changing PlayStation Plus's structure. So you were going to have, rather than just like the standard PlayStation Plus that you got, they were going to have they were going to do like a tiered version. So you had like normal, like budget, cabbage PlayStation Plus, and then you'd have your like premium, and then your like ultimate thing. So, and it was something like they were going to merge. It almost sounded like they were going to merge PlayStation Plus and PS Now. So on the like premium and the ultimate PlayStation Pluses, you would get like access to the library, like 300 game library of old titles, including like PS Vita ones. So I'm just curious because I can't remember if it said or not whether that included PS2 titles. So I know that like we can get in New Zealand anyway. We can get a small number of PS2 games. I still reckon they need to do more of. But but I'm just curious whether if that did become a thing, and also it was one that was available in New Zealand. Seems like a lot of what PlayStation does can't get in New Zealand. I wonder if you could get if the old Naruto games would be on there. Because I was thinking, do I even do one? Come on. Wondering if they had Ultimate Ninja 5. Yeah, if they had Ultimate Ninja 5, whether you could do something like that. Lovely, thank you, Nikki.
無死ぬもこの戦闘も問題なしだ。いい感じだ。かなり目立つことができた。
Okay, next is Sakura versus Kabuto Sage Mode. Do that. And Kabuto Ick. Kabuto Ick Mode. Because if they did, so long story short, if they did have, if it wasn't that they did have the Ultimate Ninja 5, I think I would do. Wouldn't do. Yeah, I'll do 5. I would definitely once this Ultimate Ninja Fight Series is done, do I do a Ultimate Ninja 5 Ultimate Fight Series? Because that would be they've got. I'm pretty sure they have different. Yeah, they'd have a whole bunch of different. I can't even remember the I can't remember what the character select screen on that looked like. Oh, it's been a while. But the other thing too, is I remember when I got it, when I bought it, and I started playing, and then suddenly it was all Japanese voice. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'd like to have it in the English. Go to the options. There was no option to change the voice from Japanese to English, and I'm like, what? Have they released because all the text and everything was in English, so it wasn't like a Japanese version of the game. But you had to have your voices anyway in Japanese. And so I spent why would they have done that? Why? Why would you not have every game before that had the option? And then I did some. It's not confirmed. I don't think. It probably might be now. But I think what had happened is that because during the time that it was released, obviously Naruto Shippuden was still fairly new, I guess. So obviously the episodes were still coming out. So the Ultimate Ninja 5 was up until I think the story got up until when they meet Sasuke for the first time at Orochimaru's place. So they had the whole Tenchi Bridge and all that sort of thing. And I think what had happened was the English dub of the anime hadn't yet reached that point yet, or it was still so new when the game was being developed that by the time they were getting the game ready to release, the English dub had maybe only just hit that point, or still hadn't come out. So they literally had no. Obviously that's not to say that they could have just hired the voice actors anyway, because they did. But because there had been no English version of those episodes, they didn't release. That's why it was in Japanese. And like I said, it hasn't been confirmed. But that was my theory on why. You good? Oh, okay. Right, next one. Suigetsu again. I'll take us with the water. Sorry. Excuse me. Goodness.
開始
見てよ
Because cause the other thing too is that obviously the old PS5 games, it was all like a side scroller action, kind of like something like Street Fighter or something. It wasn't a 3D circular battle space like the Storm game. Oh, I could even play, if they had it, I would even like to play the Uzumaki Chronicles games.
なんかこうぶった切る感覚がたまんないんだよね
Played the first and the second one. I think I finished the second one, but I never finished the first one for some reason. Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, I never finished this first one. I think because, excuse me, because there was a time when it was at the time when we would rent games out from like Video Easy and United Video and like essentially the Blockbusters-esque places. Might have even been Blockbuster that we rented it out from. Anyway, somewhere. Yeah, so, and I think the disc that we had gotten for the first one, it would just keep freezing at random places. So it was either that, for that reason, or it just got too hard for me and my like 9-year-old self. One of the two. And then also it was like, it was weird, it was like, so I suppose my first experience with like Japanese culture, I guess, like old feudal Japanese culture, and locations and style and kind of music and renditions used, it was Mystical Ninja starring Burma on the N64. I suppose because I love that game so much, it's probably what made me like interested in all that stuff moving forward. But Uzumaki Chronicles, it was like the first game in a long time that like for some reason reminded me of that game. Whether it was like even though it was Naruto, it felt like in terms of like music and the style of gameplay and I suppose the hashtag aesthetic of it, it felt very un-Naruto. It felt far more like, can't even think of the game. Well, it felt like this other game, because the Rabito War, which must be that one, and versus Sasori. Yeah, because it felt like gameplay was you've got like a map with all like little dots in it, and you travel between them on the roads, and then sometimes obviously you'll encounter bandits on the road, so then you get drawn into like a little fight. But then when you reach the towns, all the town is just a menu on the screen where you can choose to like buy equipment, like buy tools, or talk to someone, or recharge or something, or to like level up, or not even level up, to upgrade your stats. You'd have these, you'd buy these like little, it's almost like a 10-gram. So you'd have like a board of, I don't know, it's a board shaped like a toad or something, and you'd get all these little chips of different sizes and shapes and colours, and you would essentially just have to, you'd slot them in on the board somewhere in a space to you know, upgrade that stat. And then that's how you sort of do it. So obviously if you place your, because they're all different shapes, if you place them in bad spots, so yeah, if you place them in a spot incorrect, well, not even incorrect spots, you can place them in such a way that you can't actually fit many more on, whereas if you fit them in nicely, then you'll have way more spots to fit more in. Anyway, but then the combat was similar to Storm-ish, but it was like free running around, and you could do you'd have like your support characters, and they could, for them, like Choji to do human boulder and all that sort of thing. and yeah, and then you just did combos and stuff like that. And then you'd have boss fights and sort of thing. And then when you're at like I don't know, there'll be a mission to go and rescue a captured princess or noble woman or something. So then you'd be in like a town, and then it would be almost like a free roaming mission area. So you would like jump up on roofs and run, then kill bandits, and then jump off of roofs and find crates and hidden treasure chests. It was weird. It was such an odd game. It's not at all like Naruto games that have come after, or even before, yeah. It was just so weird, and it just had like a significantly darker, like, don't like saying that it's got such a darker tone, but it did. Was better in the sense that you could do more with your support characters, so like Neji would be able to help you find treasure chests and whatnot. I think the town stuff was still the same, but yeah, it was just an odd game, and it did not feel like Naruto at all. It felt like the kind of locations and the kind of stuff that would be in like one of the movies or the films or something. Anyway, that's a very, very long way of saying that they had those Chronicles games. I would like to play them again just to see if they are like what I remember. Right, next one, Deidara and Hanzo. Completely skip past him, haven't I? No, I haven't. Oh, that's right. Dodging. Here we are, thank you. Lovely. And
いいね。なかなかの消化っぷりだ。
next one is not the next one, just the reverse.
き者はわしに従え。勝負あり。毒を。
Right, next one. Madara Reanimation versus Han. Do that one. Versus, who did I say? Han. Lovely.
戦闘開始。
That'd be a question to posit, should I say. If I suppose with any kind of like, I was gonna say, you know, whether you just have it. I was just gonna ask it in regards to Naruto, but I'm thinking it might even technically applies to other ones. When it comes to like a game that's based on a anime or a film or TV show or what have you, do you prefer it if it's do you prefer it when it follows like the story that you play in the game follows the story of the film or TV show or anime that it's based on, or do you prefer it when it's like created its own kind of story for it and it just uses the characters around the time that they are in the film TV show? Example being, I mean, the Naruto ones as an example. Do you prefer it when you've got like the Ultimate Ninja, the Ultimate Ninja Storm games, to a point? Do you prefer it like when you're like, oh yes, I'm playing Ultimate Ninja, you know, Storm 4, and I'm doing the story of like the end of the Ninja War? That's like, yeah, I get to play like those bits. Or do you prefer it when it's like Ultimate Ninja 2 on the PS2, where it had its own story? Ultimate Ninja Revolution? Yeah, also on the PS2, where it was just like the story was literally there's a tournament and somehow people who are dead have been resurrected, or like place that doesn't exist in space and time, some weird explanation for it. You know, that's in one own story, or like the Uzumaki Chronicles, which are their own stories entirely. Do you prefer it when they do that versus when you're just playing through the TV or show or the film as you know it? Because from my experience, games that have like ones that have had their own story, they're either hit or miss. So e.g., but then again, like, the ones based on films generally tend to not be as well developed as others, probably because they've had to like smash the game out super quick, just in time for the film being released, or shortly after the film's being released. But like games, I think pretty sure the Thor game, when the first Thor movie came out, I'm pretty sure that was its own story. Spider-Man 2 followed its... can't remember what the story of Spider-Man 2. I know it's like deemed as like the best free roaming Spider-Man, which I would say is now trumped by the Marvel Spider-Man that got released a few years ago. Can't remember if they had its own story. But yeah, but it's like I'm curious to know what people think about that sort of thing. Are you if I'm playing a Naruto game, I want to do the Naruto story, or you're like, oh no, give me Naruto characters, but have your own story, have your own scenario that they go through. Like it'd be yeah, I'd be keen to know like what the general consensus would be. please. Right, now you can't run away. Oh, come on. Stop. Lovely. In fact, that's what I might do. Okay, so one thing that I want to do is which I might, I'm gonna get myself to develop it this week. Is I want to have like, if I need like a drinks break or just like a short break in between, I'll have like, or even I'll think how I'll do it, but like each stream or something, or maybe like each Naruto stream or each whatever, excuse me, essentially like posit a question, be like, you know, with like anime games, do you prefer its own story or whatever, and then it's like have a question that I ask like for each stream, and then just to get like, you know, and then people can like put their stuff in the chat, or like have some sort of system where, you know, like or even, I don't know, I'll figure out some sort of system, but then just so, because I'm thinking, I actually hadn't planned to like, how do other people do their like breaks sort of thing, because, you know, like if everyone's got to go to the bathroom, so how do other people like make the bathroom breaks like interesting, or I don't know, something. So I want to make like a little scene I can just sort of switch between when that happens. But I'd like it to be like, not necessarily interactive, but like just something there. So I'll see if I can develop one for next week. And then, yeah, see if I can develop one for next week, and then see, yeah, and then just adapt it, I suppose, over time. Is that Sheen? Yes, it is. I've got Kai and read my own handwriting. Like, stop dodging. That'd be great, thank you. Much appreciated. Lovely. Shino, why you be so slow? Okay. Thank you. Love it. Thank you very much.
この戦闘も問題なしだ。俺の機械中に勝てる。
I'm just going to briefly update the number mignon, which is 854. Alright. Kakashi. Oh. Oh, I actually no, I do want to do the Susanoo one because someone said last time that apparently his Susanoo has the scar over his eye as well. So I'm happy to check that out. Kakashi versus Hinata. Wait. Oh, the other thing I've got to do is check my difficulty. Not because I'm going to change it, but because I need to see if which one I am on. Oh, it does! That's so deep. I love it.
俺にも譲れないものはある。そうか。
Okay, right, next is, oh no, not the next one. That versus Kakashi. No, she did a... Wait, so she does just a normal air palm, but then if she charges it... Ooh, did not know that. That's cool. Sweet. Lovely. The more you learn. See, all this time I didn't even know she could do that. Ooh. Just goes to show. Okay, right, next one is Young Neji versus Young Choji. With a quick that's what we like.
運命なんて誰かが決めるもんじゃない。勝負は
So I'm thinking if I do those sorts of questions, like just like do I set it at the start of the stream, or do I do it like halfway through the stream? But then I'd also, well, because I generally know the stream length before I start it, so that wouldn't be too much of an issue. then do I like, or do I have it just like on the screen for the entirety of the stream? So then just to like anyone new who happens to pop in like during it knows what question everyone's been asked. Maybe I'll do that potentially just to like do discussion, and then I could even have like I don't know how, because it would be difficult to do if I had like heaps of people doing it, but like even just for the start, like have a, you know, is Naruto like in terms of just like everything, in terms of like the anime, I'll do it based on the anime rather than the manga, but like, you know, is the quality of Naruto better than the quality of Naruto Shippuden? I don't know, something like that, or you know, is Naruto or Naruto Shippuden better? That sort of thing. And then have like, as people say their opinion, then I can like keep like tally or something, or even people can like press a button or type something to like vote for one or the other, and then at the end of the stream, then I don't know if if there's like a winner, or if one particular thing has more than the other. I mean, I don't know what happens then, but like, I don't know, just something then. Shikamaru versus young Shikamaru. Oh, okay. Lovely.
最初から俺の手の内にいたんだよ、あんたは。そこがてめえの墓穴だ。勝負あり。俺の狙い通りに動いてくれて助かったぜ。
Right, and then switch your room. Shikamaru. Lovely. No, wasn't going to do that yet. Thank you. Lovely. Right, next one is Sai versus Drea. And do that one versus Lovely. Yay. Thank you.
兄さん、僕にもつながりの意味が分かってきたよ。
And the other thing too that I realised as well, I think I read sometime anyway, around the last time I streamed, is that so still in the ropes of like what even Twitch even does with stuff or how to like do things, but I didn't realise that all of the, I don't know how I realised so late, but all of the videos expire at the same time, unless you're like a partner and affiliate, they last a little bit longer or something. You knew something anyway that but so I was thinking on a YouTube channel have all of, because I think I've got, basically since I started using the Streamlabs software, all of my streams done on there, I've got like saved recordings of and my videos stored on my computer. So I was thinking, I think I've got all the Naruto Fight Series streams on there. So I might upload them on a YouTube channel just so like just so I've got like the history there, I suppose, of all of them. So, you know, then in 100 years time when I look back at or in 100 years time should I say, not when I look back at my achievement, but when people in 100 years time decide to look at my achievement, then they're all there. So I think I might do that. I'm gonna probably within the next week or so just have a quick squiz and do that. Just set it up and then just have all of them uploaded onto there, and then if there's any, when I wrap my head around the highlights and clips and all those other fancy things I can do, chuck those up there as well. Just so I've got that stuff there. Right, and Fushi. Stop bouncing! Thank you. Lovely.
ヤヒコ、コナン、俺を導いてくれ。
Clouds look so fluffy.
リンネガンの
You gotta look like a discount Robert Corden? James Corden. That like comedian, the English comedian? No, the sun guy. No, okay. I thought he did. Alright, this will be, I might update it after this one. Actually, I'll do when I get to 840. Because I'll probably go for about another 10-15 minutes. See how I get. getting the keep getting the range on Roshi's one all wrong. Oh, come on. Lovely, thank you.
一瞬間の隙もわしと孫は見逃さん。
Sure, I'm not upset.
夏が大噴火。勝負あり。未熟。
Yeah, I'll update it. So we're actually now at 44. Lovely. No, we don't want him. We want 1010 versus Shisui. Oh, click my neck.
戦闘開始。
Hey, how are you for my substitution? Go. Easy peasy.
リング最高。私も最高ってね。装具極大鉄球。リング。
Alright, Shisui. Is that boy the king and the chick, the blonde chicks? No.
戦闘開始。
Cool.
ここでは俺が全てを支配する。チリと消えろ。現実か現実か、そんなのどっちでもいいだろう。お前はもう負けたんだ。
勝負あり。
この現実に抗う術はない。
Alright, next one is Young Hinata versus Young Kamakura. swear to God, I'm gonna lose the Conqueror fight. Oh goodness. It's gonna be ridiculous. Redonkulous. Oh my goodness. Girl, can you get your range right? This one's gonna be an absolute shit show. But we'll do it anyway. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. It's going too well. Why is this going too well? There we go. So she should get her most of the way, and then one last little. There we go. Surprised that went so well. Okay. So I'll say probably last two fights will be Sai versus young Hinata again. Yo, girl, don't wanna just like chill for a second? It's good that he did like the pull back and then go, because otherwise she would have interrupted that one.
こういう時の表情はどうする？
Next one. I should say probably the last one as well. Oh no. Yeah, that'll do. That's fine. Finally. Not today, sir. Not today. Actually, no, I'll do one more set. One more set. Do Konohamaru and Sasuke cards. Sorry, but that scarf is just as cool as it may be and as blowy as it may be. It is just so incredible. You're just bound to A, trip on it, B, get caught on something, C, that all the enemy has to do is just run around and stand on it, and then basically, you know. Sometimes it's just function over style. Sometimes is your best friend. And it just seems so wrong that like a 10-year-old, 12, 13-year-old is doing those sorts of jutsu. It doesn't seem right. Right, last fight is... Probably. There we go. Love.
じゃあな。
勝負あり。
お前にも。
Okay. All right. I think that should. So I'll just update my thingy, and it will be we're down to 36, I believe. Q. So that means we did 64 fights today, I believe. Yes, 64 fights in 2 hours. It's not too bad. Cool. So I think I'll leave it here for today. I'll be back on our Thursday. To get us down below 10,800. And then Friday night will be something, probably download Ninja Gaiden actually, probably start that on Friday. Saturday will be started co-op Saturday. Most likely a Borderlands 3 thing to start. And then Sunday again for more Naruto. But, oh, and also I bought some fancy, well, I say fancy headphones. They're like, they're not cheap, they're mid-range, low mid-range, but they're just they've got a mic on it, so hopefully I'll get better sound than the little baby earphones. Maybe not, we'll find out. But look at those because they got delivered literally when I left for the weekend on the plane, so that was fun. But yeah, so that will be what's coming up next week. But I suppose, yeah, I'll leave it here for now. Have a fabulous morning or afternoon or evening or midnight, wherever you happen to be. And I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye. Who are they talking about? Oh, right. She's a tough boss bitch.